What up? It's your boy Vuskeen, aka Fatback Jackson. Ooh, with my co-host
Jordan Lee. If it's just me.
and we got Big Dog Chucky Russell in the building with us as always.
Nah.
This is the Cookout Podcast.
The world's most secure podcast.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? Everybody looking good?
What's up, y'all?
You know, this your second week back
How
on
y'all
camera.
feeling? I know it
People
feels
was
good.
missing you. It was missing
Right.
Feels good. I'm back.
We got a special guest on the Cookout with us today, man.
Very special.
You know, where we come from, you know, it's real small. A lot of our listeners out of town, we done told y'all that it's a small place, but it's a place where we all have ambition. We have a lot of talent, we have a lot of good people, and we have a lot of ambition. And today, we had one of our, our good friends pull up on us on the Cookout, Mr. Ricky Hooks, Middletown
Rick
alumni.
Hooks. Yes, yes.
doing, man?
What's
Entrepreneur.
up?
How y'all doing?
Just all around good brother, man. How you doing, man?
It's a great day to be alive.
We gonna talk about it all too. We gonna talk about all of
Yes,
it.
indeedy.
People see where you at now. They see Ricky. Even though you had your health issue, which we gonna get into a little bit later on. But they see you moving around. They see you living life. You know what I mean? They see you making deals. They just see you just being an all around good person. But at the Cookout, we like to, go to where it started from, like how you got to that point. So let us know about a young Ricky Hooks.
Well, growing up in Middletown,
I mean popcorn.
it playing ball, started on 18th. It takes a village, the community center, all of that. All in one backs. The whole community was, behind you. A lot of positive energy and a lot of love. Street lights came on, you went home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wasn't older than you. Get in this house. It's time to go home. So that's how it kind of started. Then went to the Navy. Was in the Navy. A lot of people don't know I was in the Navy for 10 years. So
Wow.
10 years. So a lot of positivity from the Navy, and
You went straight out of high school?
straight out of high school
Okay.
to the Navy, 10 years. So what the Navy gave me is structure, which we all need is structure. So from the Navy, it made you not want to do no drugs. It made you not do no hard drinking. We sailors, we gonna drink. I got the world messed up. I'm gonna be honest with you. But the thing is, but you just, your limit. A lot of people don't know their limit.
Right.
You got to know your limit on
Or
everything.
push it.
Yeah, and it's a lot of greedy people you run into. I'm gonna keep feeding you. Keep drinking.
Right.
I'm gonna keep feeding you. But that's where I end up at. So I played all Armed Forces basketball. Was probably first team all Armed Forces for probably about a good 7 years straight. And then we did an expedition against the Seattle Supersonics. And so we played them, and they wanted to play around. We froze. We gonna be. No, I called timeout. I said, listen, we ain't come here to play. We came here to play a game. We gonna play y'all. They beat us by 20. They beat us by 20, but I had.
But you had work.
I gave them work. I had so I was pretty good back then,
Right.
So after the game, one of the players came over to me, Sadell Threed and Derek McKee, said, "Man, you want to come to this party this weekend?" And so I said, "Yeah, you want to bring the whole team?" They said, "No, just you. You was talking all the shit. You talking all the shit on the court." Yeah, okay, I'll come to the party. So by that time, I had probably about 6 months left in the Navy, and so they were like, I went to the party, nice, great pool party. His agent was there. He said, "Well, what? I heard a lot about you." He said, "So how much more time do you have in the Navy?" "I have 6 months." He said, "Well, what if I offer you a contract?" And I thought he was joking. He said, "I'm offering you a contract for paying you $15,000 a month for a year, and you go recruit these guys going out of college, going pro." I said, "Well, what I got to do?" He said, "We're gonna take care of the airlines, the clothing, and get you transportation, whatever you need to get around in these cities." So I said, I got out the Navy, signed a deal with him, and the rest is history. So a lot of my clients now are NBA, NFL, CEOs, and high-end investors around the world. So what I'm into now, these up to date, high-end real estate, technology, oil, which a local guy, Steve Hightower, do business with him.
We know
Cryptocurrency,
Steve.
cannabis, and logistic trucks.
Wow.
So most of our deals around the world are $1 million to $1 billion worldwide. You know, that's, you know, it ain't bragging. It's just telling you where I'm at and the people I play with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shaq is one of my business partners. You deal with guys like that, you got to step your game up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no game. You got to come correct, and you get one shot. And the key to the whole thing is in longevity to being friends with these guys over 30 years is never ask these guys for nothing. Come with your own. Make money with them, but never ask them for nothing. Never
I like
ask them
that.
for nothing. So, and that's where I'm at.
I feel like people respect that when they see. It's weird. It's like when they see that you can go out and kind of get it on your own.
Right.
Then they want to help a little more.
Right. Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? They want to bring you in.
You gotta help
not
those
give
who
you the
help
money, but they want to
themselves.
bring you in the fold to show you how to get
Right.
there.
Of course,
You know
show
what I
you how.
mean?
That's exactly right. I came from the mud. That's what I call it. No inheritance, no backup plan. It was me against the world. My grandmother, you know, she motivated me. My uncle motivated my mom. You know, they did the best they could. You know, just look back on it, we was poor, but I didn't know that.
Right.
I had everything everybody else had, but I didn't know I was poor until I got older.
Right.
I realized that we was poor. Growing up on 18th Street, I had a great life. I thought we did anyway.
18. That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you. Where's the
Street lights.
mud at?
Yeah, that's you know, you get it from the mud, and that drives you every day to never go back to there. You know what I'm saying?
Now, do you think because a lot of you all during that time, growing up in that time, didn't think you were poor because y'all were all together? It was community.
love.
Y'all had all the
Lot
same
of love.
stuff. Do you think that's why you are as successful as you are today? Because you never developed a poverty mindset?
I think so. That's a good way to put it, Jordan. That's a good way to put it. I never thought I was poor, but I always thought I was rich. You know what I'm saying? You know, once you walk with God, you never walk alone. You have to have Him in your life to get to where you at. He makes your steps. He makes all your steps.
Yeah.
If you ain't got Him in your life, you got nothing. That's the truth.
Because I feel like your generation is like not the last most successful generation. Every generation has, you know, but I can look at you and I feel like even like in our city, I'm just speaking like locally, a lot of you all are successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like living successful lives. And then you look at people in my generation who complain, make excuses because they struggle.
Plus, a lot of
You know
stuff
what I
was
mean?
given to
It was
them.
just
A lot of
yeah,
stuff
it was
given
just
to y'all instead of earn like we earned it. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, we the street lights, we went over and played ball. We made friends. You know, we wasn't doing nothing crazy. Drugs wasn't in the community either. That has a lot to play
Oh
with.
yeah,
Drugs
yeah. I
wasn't
wasn't
in the
even
community.
thinking that. I wasn't even
The
thinking about that.
drugs came in the
Yeah.
community, messed that whole generation. Your whole generation is messed up because of drugs. Everybody trying to get rich fast. You got a little bit of money, but you ain't never learned how to use that money or business wise or nothing. You know.
You know what? I never thought about that because you all grew up 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
So by the time drugs were introduced, you were adults. So you either made the choice or you
To do
didn't.
it
You know what
or
I'm saying?
not.
Because some of them,
The drugs
you know,
was there, but we didn't.
some of our parents did them.
We wasn't gonna do no drugs. We was into sports. We was getting to showing up to practices, and on the top of the whole thing, we loved going to school, and we loved
Because
getting
it was
straight grades,
an earned
A's.
privilege by then,
We
right
had great
then. You know,
teachers.
it was something to be proud about.
Yeah, we love going to school. Love being proud to be a midi. Are you crazy? We wake up every day, man. What you wearing tomorrow? You know. They don't even. It ain't like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all got social media. That just messed the whole thing up. If we had what y'all had, man, it would be so easy for us because of the passion that we got. You got stuff you can cheat for all the answers.
Right.
Right.
We
That's-
couldn't
I was
cheat.
saying that. I was saying that.
We had to roll through the
had to
books.
really do
Yeah,
it.
you really had to read it.
Yeah, you
know
had to
what I
read it.
mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's and learn it and retain it because you
Yeah.
couldn't Google it
No, you couldn't do it.
and copy
You
and
didn't
paste.
have no phone.
Right.
Only phone we had is the one on that wall, and you couldn't take it with you.
So now when they say the human race is getting weaker and weaker, I see what they mean. No, we good.
I want to touch on something else too, Ricky. So you spoke, like Jordan said, you came up in the 60s, 70s. Right now, we, in our city, we deal with a heroin epidemic, and it kind of more affects the Caucasian race. But we don't really talk a lot about how the crack affected, our, the African American, community.
Mm-hmm.
So by you growing up being an adult and in the 80s and stuff like that, when it did hit our small town, like what's some of the turmoil that you seen that it was doing to people?
It was just, people that you respected, and you see them on the street. They was good people.
Mm-hmm.
They put that glass dick in their mouth, and it was over. It was over overnight. You see them running the street, and you're like, that can't be the same person.
Wow.
And it messed you up physically. You got to understand, I was gone. I was back and forth. I used to fly in all the time, come in, and people would see me. They say, man, that pretty BMW you got? Yeah, I got that in the Navy. Got that in the Navy. Oh, man, you should come in here. It's powder. Oh, they tried. I'm not doing that, fool. And if you give it to me, I'm going to hit you in your mouth. If you try to even put it in front of me, I'm going to hit you in your mouth. And but I got two friends that I just grew up with. We all was in the back seat playing hot shot together, right? And I was in the middle of that picture. And Jordan kind of know who I'm talking about.
You said hot shot. What was hot shot?
Hot shot was basketball.
Okay.
When we was growing up, hot shot was basketball.
Okay.
And we was in the league.
Okay.
So I look at that picture, and these two guys chose to get high. That man in the middle didn't chose to get high. He chose to go the whole different direction and march to his own beat. You just can't. You can't be a follower when it comes to that. You can't be a follower. You can't. And I've seen some of the worst people. Some of the best people, some of the worst people. You see them running out of alleys at midnight. What you doing out here? Or doing stuff that that violate embarrassing their whole family.
Wow.
Embarrassing their whole family. You see them, Rick, man, if you don't get in this car, I'm taking you home. You take them home. You see them 30 minutes later on 14th. Right. You're gonna drop them off all the way in the middle. I'm like, wow. So that crack tore the whole community up. But I always tell people we didn't ever own no train, we didn't own no planes, and we didn't own no submarines. We didn't bring that to the community. That was brought to our community to destroy our community.
It was a plan.
And if you don't think that's true, it's true. But now, epidemic is here with this heroin. We don't do no heroin.
Right.
So now they
They
all
think
on
we
it.
got a higher pain tolerance. They won't even give us the
They
prescriptions
all on
they
it now.
give them.
They all on it. They all on it now. You know why? If you don't think racism exists,
I was
it
like
does.
race preservation.
Of course. Of course.
That's wild. So when you were growing up here in Middletown, 80s, flying back and forth, what was your social life like with your friends here? Were you able
when I
to
show
keep
up,
the friends?
I'm setting the whole town on fire.
Okay.
That's what I do. Every city, it ain't just here. It's every city. If I land in that city, I'm having a great time. Rick, you in town? Yeah, I'm coming to get you. They already know. You talk up. They all meet me. They know we gonna get messed up.
We gonna have a good time.
What? That's what life is about.
Yes,
That's
enjoy
what
it,
life is
right.
about, having a good time. See, the mistake we all make is we think we got time. You never know when your number is called. When your number is called, it's up. My number was called 2 years ago. I died twice. Yes.
And let's get into that too, because a lot of people, you got some people. It's a seesaw. You got some people that don't think the COVID real. Some people had the COVID and really do nothing to them, but then they have family members that it might have affected. It might be kin folks that it may have affected. You know what I mean? So tell us, your experience with COVID.
My experience is this. I've never been sick. I don't never got sick because I've always trying to take care of my body. You're going to gain a little weight here and there, but you're always trying to take care of your body. You take vitamins every day. So when I caught that little cold, I'm saying to myself, I ain't messing with no COVID. I was the first one to say, COVID ain't nothing. What? About 3 weeks later, I went to Chicago All-Star game, NBA All-Star game. We had a great time, great meetings with the players and stuff, put some deals together up there. Went back home about 2 weeks later, I'm laying across the bed. I'm like, oh.
And Chicago was hot.
Chicago was a good time.
I meant hot with COVID.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Right,
know
I'm saying
COVID.
you didn't know then, right? I'm
Listen,
saying
I
you
got-
went
gotta
right
understand,
into the sea.
I got
of
it
it.
at the early stages.
Right.
Nobody really
Nobody
knew what COVID
knew,
was
right.
when I got it. So I was laying across the bed. Now, mind you, okay, I can shake any cold. I got in the shower. I can do this. No, this wasn't any cold. So I laid back across the bed. My neighbor is a nurse. She's a doctor. Her and her husband. They said, Rick, you all right over there? I said, yeah, you might have to call 911. I can't breathe. I'm getting short of breath. I ain't never felt like this before. They said, oh, okay. So when they called the ambulance, they came and got me, and was in the emergency room, and I hear a doctor talking, and I'm sitting back on the thing. I'm sitting back in another room. Hey, listen, I heard him say this. This ain't no game. This guy has really got it. We know he got it, and we got to get y'all get ready for this. Put your suits on and everything. They put the hazmat suits on and everything. I'm like, what are they talking about? Next thing I know, bring him on now. I'm like, bring who on? He said, listen. He said, you got COVID. We're gonna try to take care of you right here. He asked me the question. He said, you gonna fight with me, right? I said, I'm gonna fight. Whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna fight. But I'm not thinking that I got it like that. I had it.
Right.
Man, all I remember is they was around and those nurses over there giggling. He said, this ain't a playtime. This man is fighting for his life. I'm like, fighting for my life? What are you talking about, fighting for my life?
Because at that point, you
I
didn't
know.
feel
Nobody
that.
know.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel that. Next thing I know, he put that thing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put that on me. That was in March. I woke up in June. I woke up in June. So during the time of me in there, I had my lungs had collapsed. I was on the ventilator, trach dialysis. I had coded twice.
Wow.
I had coded twice. People were like, then you don't have your family and friends around. So I don't know. I know on the dark side, when I was in the coma, I'm looking up and I see people in bright lights. And I'm like, what the hell am I at? So I see a guy from Middletown, Marlon McCullough. I don't know if y'all remember who he was.
I know the name.
Marlon McCullough was in one of those lights. I'm like, Marlon, what's up? I'm trying to, thinking the people in those bright lights was dead. But when I was in the coma, he died. He had OD'd. He had OD'd, and I seen him, and that's why when I came out of the coma, I know it was real.
Right.
So, it was like being in a dark room full of sand, quicksand, and mud and oil, and you trying to swim out in the you're trying to swim it out. So the devil was always at work, but God showed up too.
Wow.
And I heard, I ain't done with you yet. You come with me. And I came back through there, and it's really a miracle because to tell you the truth, the doctors that told my people, we're going to pull the plug. We did all we can do for him. My mother said, you ain't pulling the plug on him. Let me take you a step back.
Thank God.
Everybody at hospital, which at Northeast Medical, they had me under my name. People was calling. So Shaq called one day, and Shaq said, the doctor said, this ain't Shaq. He said, well, what's your phone number? Shaq dialed his phone number, and Shaq FaceTimed him. It is you. He said, whatever you're doing, I'm in a coma. Now, mind you, I'm in a coma. Whatever you're doing, you make sure you get the best. Well, we give everybody the best. You make sure you give him the best. So they couldn't believe it was Shaq. Shaq called 30 days straight. So
wow.
30 days straight, But besides him, the world was praying for me.
Yeah.
All over from New Zealand to South Africa to Australia, the whole community of Middletown, the whole city.
Yeah.
So, you think about that, and it just gives me chills to think about all these people around the world that sent me messages. If you look at my social media, it was crazy. Then somebody hacked it, and they went crazy on them. My daughter, my friend in Atlanta, she they had the world praying for me, man. And they was like, word spread like a brush fire that I was sick. So they was calling that hospital, and they just had to put me on the John Doe. He's not here no more because there's too many people calling. They was like, man, who's that guy?
Who are you?
Who is that
you
guy?
Put him up on the VIP.
They tell me the story. The doctors tell me, about 40 doctors. They come and touch me. They said, I can't believe you're living. I can't believe you're living. So you got to understand.
Wow.
I had the worst case in Georgia, and I had the top 5 worst cases in the United States. They can't find nobody that was in there 127 days, that was in a coma, and went through what I went through, went the hell I went through. I had to learn how to walk again. People don't know this. I had to learn how to chew food. I had to learn how to swallow again. And and the thing that y'all don't know is they give you tests in the hospital. You got to pass 3 tests before you get out there.
Yeah.
When you got corona, you got to pass 3 tests. So the 3 tests, The guy said, well, you back. And then so slowly but surely, I couldn't talk. They had to take the trait 5, 4, 3, 2, and they finally took it out of my thing. Had a feeding tube, so they said, "Can you speak?" Yeah. I said, "Oh my God." He said, "Man, listen, you really don't know what you've been through." I kept hearing it. You really don't know what you've been through. It's like, no, I really don't. They put my chart up there, put in other people, and they said, well, which one of these people you think lived? I said, well, he didn't live. He said, that's you.
Wow.
That's you. I was like, he couldn't have lived. They said all that stuff, and I didn't know. You don't know the medical thing. You're thinking you got your hands in this thing right here. Yeah, man. It was just. Only way I can describe what I went through is hell. That's what I can describe what I went through is hell. God showed up, and the devil showed up, and he defeated the devil. Always remember this: what you put out in this world is what you get in return.
Oh, yes.
When you need it most. You're not gonna please everybody, and you shouldn't try to please everybody. But do good by people, and when you need it, it'll be your turn. Because you don't understand, everybody's not clapping for you. Everybody's not clapping for you. They jealous of that light that you got. Y'all doing a good job here. There's some people right now jealous of their light.
Yeah.
Just believe in yourself and keep winning.
And the thing about us is, and they know I get real, and I'm glad you're here because you could kind of help me, coach me through this. I'm the one out of us three that when I hear something, oh, why don't you ask us to come on the podcast? Oh, I don't watch them. Oh, I don't listen to their music. Oh, they don't have me come over and do music. Oh, he didn't have me in this video. They always put it on me. And they be like, just calm down. But I'll be like with him, I'll be like, oh, like, but I hate him. Like,
you know what I realized? I had to realize this. Everybody's not your friend, and everybody ain't meant for you to win, and everybody can't ride in your car. That's the truth. You pick and choose on who you want. You ain't gonna be bullying them to sit on your couch. No, it's a privilege to sit on your couch. You work hard to get to where you at. Everybody can't ride with you. I had to learn that the hard way too. I cut people loose. You get one strike with me, and that's it. If you burn that strike, a lot of people. Rick, can I click? Don't call my phone no more. To tell you the truth, when I came out of that coma, I got rid of about 800 people out of my phone. Because I've helped a lot of people, and I don't talk about it. But I didn't see you say you was praying for me or nothing. Oh, and then you try to call me when you know I came back? Oh, no. That ain't how this works. I wish you the best, and I'll catch you in the afterlife.
Oh, wow.
That's the truth.
I like that. Everybody can't go with you.
Everybody can't go with you.
I know that, but it's like
I say it all the time. I post it all the time. Everybody can't go with you where God is taking you.
It's hard.
Because I'm calling you every week.
I'm like, man.
Like, Mal, I want to go to war with them if they feel like that. Like,
and I tell him like, I don't care. Like I'm so
don't
like.
Don't waste your time with negative energy.
I don't care what
Negative
nobody
energy,
got to
you hit
say.
it right on there. Don't waste your time with negative energy. It's gonna always be devils and disciples that show up. They working every day. They don't want you to win.
And it's crazy, Rick, because I'll be like, it seemed like when I was coming out, hanging with y'all, when I go to the Elks every night, I'm going to all the clubs every night. I'm out here hustling. I had a past life before this, people. When I'm hustling with you and we making money together, then it's all cool.
Yeah.
You my friend then. But then I'm doing the podcast. I'm trying to push music. We trying to bring something to the city.
Right.
Then it's you don't want to stand beside me no more.
Because you're doing something they're not.
Right.
The devil. They wasn't your friends anyway. Remember that. They wasn't your friends anyway.
That's the truth.
They was just there for what you can do for them. Now that you can't do nothing for them and your mindset is different, you got to move on. Don't worry about what people think and say. They talked about Jesus. You see what I'm saying? So my mindset is just like that. You can't stop nothing I do. I've been truly blessed and highly favored. God is blessing me every day. It's a blessing to sit on this couch. You got to understand, I died twice. I just got over cancer. I just got over cancer. People don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, people didn't know that.
Okay.
I just got over cancer.
After the COVID? Or
After the COVID. I just got over cancer a month ago.
Wait a minute.
A month ago. You know, people on social media knew I had cancer. I rung that bell. Whoa.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
They can't believe that I'm ringing that bell and still in the same spirit. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. I've been covered by the blood. You understand?
So cancer came after COVID. It
COVID
wasn't
came after
some.
COVID.
See, I was under the impression that, like, I didn't realize that you got it this recently.
Yeah,
I thought it might have been
I just
something.
got finished with my last surgery a month ago.
I see. I wouldn't have even thought. So when were you diagnosed?
About 4 months ago.
Okay, and then you did your rounds
Did
of treatment,
right
and
there.
they put
Those
you
doctors,
in remission.
I
That
told
fast.
you I got 40 doctors. They ain't playing no games. Get you right in there right now.
Wow.
Right now. We ain't gonna play no games. We're gonna get you in there right now. That's a part of your testimony. So God, he
That's
turned my test into a
awesome.
testimony. Yes.
God is the greatest.
The greatest.
God is the greatest.
It's got to be a reason he keep bringing you out of these impossible
Listen,
situations.
I'm here. I told you once before. It's how you treat people. It's what you put out in this world. It's what you're gonna get in return.
Oh, yeah.
He sees and he knows. It ain't about nobody else. Oh, he do this, he do that. He don't do this. I don't care what you think I do. You only get that. You get the negative in that right here in this city. Because they still want me to be that kid that was on 18th Street Projects. I'm not here no more. So when you see me with people, and you see me with pictures, it's business. I'm too old to be taking pictures with a grown man.
Right.
Fuck you. Excuse my language.
I never thought.
Fuck you.
Right, they think you just, hey, let's take a picture real quick.
Oh,
no.
no.
We just had a meeting,
No,
brother.
I got meetings, bro. They calling me for meetings. I ain't always calling them.
Right.
Rick, I got this thing right here. You want to get in on this? Yeah. What am I making on this deal? You make 2 points. Well, we talking about 2 points out of 35 million. You know what 2 points is?
Yeah.
So, and you ain't did nothing but made a phone call and put that together.
Right.
Come on, man. Because if you ask somebody what I do, I connect the dots. Whatever you missing, I got it.
Everybody needs a
got
dot
like that.
connector.
But you get one shot.
Right.
And if you don't come correct, you can't get another shot.
Right.
Can't get another shot. Not with me. I don't have time. There's so many people calling me and pulling me different ways. You sit down and you be like, wow, thank you, Lord. Just thank you. And I pray for everybody to win. I woke up wanting everybody to win. Even my enemies, I want them to win. And I don't really have enemies that I know, but it's always somebody out
But
there
you
that's
know it's
jealous and
somebody,
envy.
yeah.
There's always somebody lurking in the woods
Exactly.
that's trying to peep around that corner. How's he doing that? I can be like that. But God gave me this blessing. You see what I'm saying? Everybody can't walk in these shoes. It took a lot for me to get to where I'm at. It took a lot. And I did a lot. And I learned the business. I always got people around me smarter than me. Always. And they like, of course, Rick, like the guy we was talking about earlier, investment banker. Smarter than me. Steve Hightowers of the world. Smarter than me. But still, Steve is one of my business partners because he trusts me and he know that I'm connected to a lot of stuff that he can't even get to. So that's how our partnership works. Good dude. Just speaking of him being local, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of great business people here.
Connect the dots.
Right.
The dots.
And I've seen and heard of you connecting a lot of dots for people from here because it's a small town and you out somewhere else, and you move around in these other places. So it's dope. I think you got a purpose. That's what the purpose is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What was you about to say, Jay Lee?
I was about to say, I was just going to say, when you said people only get one shot, you're a dot connector. How do you handle when they mess up that one shot that they were given?
Oh, they deleted.
Okay.
No
No grace.
No grace, no period. That's where we go wrong at.
Right.
We keep giving people shots over, do-overs. Oh, well, Rick, I didn't know. No, you get one shot.
Yeah.
Because there's other people that need that shot too. You sitting there,
You're right.
you sitting there wasting your time, spending your time. This is just business and personal. You get one shot.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you nothing else. That's just me.
Yeah, no, it
you can
makes
do it the way
perfect
you want
sense.
to. I'm gonna do it this way. And does it work? Hell yeah, it works. It works, and they respect that. They come back down the line, man. Some people are negative. And they, Rick, that's crazy that you just cut me loose. I gotta cut you loose. Respect it and keep moving.
Yeah.
So, you put on suits.
Got to be accountable.
Got to be accountable. And you
For
got to have
sure.
your shit together when you come and see me.
Right. Come correct.
Come correct.
And that's coming to see you or presenting yourself to anybody for any opportunity.
I'm gonna put you. Listen, I want you to win because I can't have all this with me and not share it with people, especially from my hometown. But your mentality has to be bigger than this is right here. You see what I'm saying? And you got to want to expand yourself. It ain't about moving. It ain't, because I can do what I do. I can do it right here.
Right.
I can do this, and it'll be crazy. So I got
Well, then come do it. No.
Yeah. I'm good. I might build a house back here. I might build a house back here within the next probably year or so.
You just got me excited.
because you want people. It's a lot of people with great ideals here.
You're right.
A lot of great ideals, but they don't know how to get to the next level. And then you think because you got a little bit of money, that don't mean nothing to me.
Right.
I did say my deals was $1 million to $1 billion. I did say that. So you can have $1 million running around here, but is it legal? That's the question. That's the question.
Because you gotta have that paper trail.
You got to have that paper trail. You got to. They checking out everything.
Wow.
Everything. We launched our crypto. We just launched our crypto thing. I can talk about the business part. We'll get to the business part. We'll get to the business part whenever you're ready.
Let's talk about it now.
Yeah.
Let's get to it now.
So the things I'm in: high-end real estate,
Okay.
technology, oil, cryptocurrency, cannabis, logistics. So the high-end real estate is commercial. So been trying to do some business with the city here, trying to where the old Bell School is at, right?
Okay.
They don't want to give us my investors enough money to build right there, so we got to keep moving. But it's some great people in this town as far as real estate wise. But that administration, I don't know. They got rid of my 2 people that I had down there downtown.
Shout them out.
City manager and the city manager and Christmas chef and
Is it the recent one?
yeah, she was on the city council. She just quit. I talked to her last week. I'm having a brain freeze. I'm sorry.
It's all
But
right. She know who she is.
She know who she is. But she always keeps me up on what's for sale, what's for this. Rick, because what people don't know, my investors from different groups have been in Middletown when I was sick. They came from Dallas and they came from LA. They came to the city
Oh,
and
wow.
rode around
Okay.
the city. He said, well, Rick, what do you think? I said, I'm just trying to do something positive and put my name on it to leave the legacy. That's where I'm at. And y'all can help me with this. And they were like, okay, we on board. But the city, to tell you the truth, the city didn't want to, come on board. And everybody's trying to go at each other. So it's hard to do business here because one thing they always do is have their foot on our necks here. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. They don't want you to own nothing. They want you to need. I don't need nobody. I need God. That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
You're right. It is tons of talent in the city.
That's right.
Tons of talent.
Tons of talent, technology, oil, cryptocurrency, which we launched our own. You'll read about it pretty soon. I can send you some articles on our coin. It's $800 a coin now. It's $800 a coin now.
You were supposed to tell me about this a little while ago.
Yeah, but it's all right. I mean, it's all right. You know about it now. But the difference is ours. You know how you see, Bitcoin going up and down, right?
Right.
So ours is backed by 564 billion in assets.
Okay.
Diamonds, gold, all of that. We mine it and everything. So you'll see it on the exchange pretty soon. You'll see it.
I'm ready to get into that.
We
I
ready to
see
it.
everybody
That's the next
talking
move.
about it.
I mean, how you know it's the next move is you see ATM machines, you see cryptocurrency machines. You ain't seen
Right.
those? Have you looked at the crypto?
No,
Yeah, you gotta look. You gotta start
I've
looking.
seen it.
I've
It's
been
coming.
seeing some websites
The world
you
is
can
changing.
pay in Bitcoin.
The world is changing. The world is changing, and you got to be able to be ready to change with it.
Now, do you
gotta be.
believe in that metaverse?
I don't really know about it.
NFTs.
No, we doing NFTs with ours.
Yeah.
Okay.
We doing NFTs with ours. Yes, of course. I'm telling you, the world is
Everybody's
changing.
saying the reason that we having all this crypto and digital
the
stuff
dollar is
is
not- the
because
dollar is weak.
our consciousness is about to be transferred
to
to
the
a digital space.
If you ain't
And
up
we
on
just
this
gonna be
game-
laying in pods like in those movies and have like sim characters or something.
I don't know about all that, but I'm telling you right now is the right time to get to invest in something, to leave a legacy for your family, and
Man,
yeah, you got to leave a legacy. That's it. If I died tomorrow, I tell you this: it's been great being Ricky Hooks around the world. I wouldn't change nothing for the world, the good, the bad, or the ugly. You know what I'm saying? Been on the other side of the world. Been in jail. Talk about that. Been in jail too. But you had to live and you learn.
This was when you were younger, though.
No, when I was younger, I was like 38 when I went to prison.
Oh,
Yeah,
you was doing your thing then, though.
Yeah, I was doing my thing, but you know what? American greed got into play.
Okay.
American greed. I'm running around with every day. I got about $300,000 in a backpack with me. Don't know what to do with it. Just got money. And you know, they got us for money laundering, but it was all right. I was in, you know, one of my sports guys, but you know what? I lived with it. Was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was the best thing that ever happened to me because that wasn't my money. That was the devil's money. Everything I do now is legal.
Right.
Everything. You know, if you want to know, I'm gonna put you on the phone, let you listen to my conference call. You know it's legal. I ain't got to say it; they'll say it. They edify me on the call. Rick put this together, so yeah, make them say it. Make them say it. But I built that. This ain't overnight. I just can't give you the keys to the motherfucking Rolls Royce. You can listen.
I hold them. Now we've heard about you know, you're growing up 18, high school. Wait, quick question. You went to the Navy. Did you know how to swim before you went into the Navy?
Of course, we grew up in Oh, you want to talk about Douglas Pool?
Yes.
You see about Douglas Pool? Douglas Pool was people don't understand.
I'm so jealous of y'all.
The park, Douglas Park was ranked 15th in the nation of the best parks in the world. We on Sunday, you both courts packed, hooping, people having a great time, no crazy stuff going on. We in that pool swimming like dolphins. Are you crazy? We grew up in the projects. We used to run across jump the fence at night and swim. We had our own pool.
Man.
Cops show up every now and then, run you out. Okay, fine and dandy. But we had a great time. Tennis court dances.
That's all.
Great time. Great time.
Oh,
You know, you ain't got to worry about, you know, looking at all that crazy stuff that's going on TV. This gunplay that's going on.
Yeah.
We didn't have none of that.
Right.
You know, you had a couple fights and you go home.
Right.
And y'all be parties tomorrow. You might have a black eye hanging on the same dude. They gave it to you.
Right.
I ain't never get no black eyes because we grew up in the project. We ain't taking no L's. They're gonna talk about us getting on the bus. You a lie. But you know, we was athletes. You know, everybody wanted to play. Everybody wanted to be better, and it was a competition. It was a great competition together. It wasn't against each other. You know, somebody gonna stand out. Like everybody said, well, damn, Rick. You know, Chris Carter came from where y'all came from. We raised Chris. We should beat Chris up and make him cry.
Oh.
Go home. Chris played football.
That's-
Played football at Pee Wee crying. But it made him who he was. Butch made sure that Chris was going to be successful. That's his older brother, if you don't know.
Yes.
Butch made sure Chris was going to be successful. You had the Jeminsons of the world. You had a lot of the Melvin Russell
Love the
and them.
Jeminsons too.
They made a way, man. I could just keep going down the list, man. Everybody in the projects, the Lewises, the Conleys, the Tillises. Man, we had great competitions, man. We had great competitions. If you ain't up to par, you ain't gonna be out there.
Right.
You know, you ain't gonna be out there. And it was so great, man. You don't understand. Growing up in Middletown, Ohio, I wouldn't have grown up nowhere else in the world.
Yes.
In the world. And I've been everywhere. And I've seen everybody how they grew up. I wouldn't want to grow up nowhere else in the world.
That's saying something.
Middletown,
man.
Ohio is it. It was tailor-made for what we wanted to do.
I wish I had on my midi shirt. You normally got a midi shirt on.
Well, not today. But I'm
You
exude.
support these people, man. We just going through a lot of trials and tribulations, the drug game, and messed up the thing. But the thing is, these kids need support.
I was just
need
about
support.
to say, I feel like
I support
our
these kids,
generation
but
was the last.
I support these kids, but I don't say nothing about it. I ain't got to say nothing about it. The kids know I support them, and the coaches know I support them. I don't have to say nothing. My nephew was out at Fenwick doing his thing. The quarterback, the star quarterback. My other nephew at Lebanon. My other nephew is playing up in Dayton. So you help the kids that want to help themselves.
Yeah.
You know, like the kid up in Edison State that graduated Middletown basketball. Look out for him all the time. His mama was a good friend of mine. Had a heart attack and died. You never know what they need. And these kids will tell you that. I ain't got to mention the more. It's a lot more that I gave stuff to. I gave out probably, people always say, man, you gave out, those things cost $400. I gave about 40 of them here. In Middletown, this is when Vince Edwards and them was playing and Jalen and them was playing. I gave them all workout vests. A lot of people, I don't know if you ever seen them, but A lot of these people, he sent us all kinds of stuff. Yeah, but I don't talk about it. It ain't nothing to talk about, but you bring it up, you know. You remember it.
You get a blessing back.
Man, that's all blessings. It's favor. That's why I'm still living.
Amen.
You understand? That's why I'm still living. Stuff like that I didn't have to do. But you never forget that you was poor. Didn't know you was poor, but you was poor. And drive 18th Street drives me every day. Where sitting on that mailbox by the other thing, laughing, you know, going to Douglas Park, shooting every day, working on your skill, your craft. Didn't know where it was going to lead me to, but this is where it lead me to your couch. This world famous couch that I'm sitting on.
Hey, claim it.
The Cookout.
The world's most secure.
Okay.
Yes.
That's my line. No. What do you think is missing now that you have had then that are the generation, like our kids, that are the ones that are growing up, don't have now?
Love. And quit trying to be your kids' friend. I'm not my grown kids. I'm not their friend.
What?
I'll knock their dick in the dirt. I don't play those games, and they're gonna be respectable.
Wow.
They're gonna be respectable. That's what the thing is. People try to be friends with their kids. Try to give them this. You can't buy love. You can't buy it. You can't buy it. You can't buy love. You can't buy love. And it's
message to me.
Quit trying to be friends with these kids and give them some structure. Give them some structure and make sure they get good grades and make sure that they're going somewhere.
Have a direction.
Instead of being in there talking back to you, you ain't gonna talk back to me. We never talk back to our parents. Are you crazy? My grandmother, what? She ain't ever whoop us, but you ain't talking back either.
Right.
You know it was love. She made sure it was love, man. It was a lot of love. The community, the whole community. It takes a village, man. It takes a village. It takes a village for grown people too. It ain't just for young. It takes a village for grown people. Middletown needs a village, and they need to come together and have. And it's something that y'all might be able to start. Y'all need to start having, throw business ideas together. Throw mixers where y'all can have business ideas together, and just throw it. And everybody, well, he doing that, but your mindset, it's got to be with the people with the mindset that you got. Because if you got any negativity, it ain't gonna work. Oh, that wasn't nothing. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. They put up a lot to even. It put a lot for me to even sit on your couch. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to do this.
Are you thinking about, like, what are your next steps? Like, are you always thinking about the next big thing?
Oh,
constantly?
Every day, 24/7. I ain't got to think about it because it's going to come to me.
So what's your day like? You wake up
and that phone going to ring.
4 a.m., 5 a.m.?
Now, I'm still in rehab.
Okay.
Still for my lungs. My lungs are scarred real bad. I ain't talking about that. I'm still on the oxygen, but every day I wake up, try to get a good workout in.
Okay.
Get a good sweat in because I gained a lot of weight while I was in Corona. So trying to get that weight off me, trying to, because I'm just getting back to moving again. And then they crank it up. They start cranking it up at 7:30. You got to understand. I could go to some of my Zoom calls overseas 12:30, 1 o'clock at night.
That's what
talking
I was
to China.
Look, I'm picking your brain.
Talking to China. Yeah, keep picking. I'm gonna tell you. Talking to China, and keep. You never know. Talking to Japan, different time zones. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
They always say the most successful people get no sleep.
Oh, sleep is overrated. Sleep when you're dead.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
They say sleep is the cousin of death.
Hey, I always tell people sleep when you're dead. That's it.
They say, well, you gotta sleep. Rest is important. Rest is important.
Yeah, rest is important.
But you can. There's a lot of thinking.
That's it. We think we got time.
Well, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of thinking you can still do while resting.
We keep thinking we got time. You never know. It could be over. You know somebody you shook their hand yesterday and they gone today. Man, I just seen him. Yeah, I know you did.
Wow.
I know you did.
I
know you did.
Oh man.